So ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your average Joe and we're here on Monday Night Raw with Seth freaking Rollins on the go home show before SummerSlam. So Seth freaking Rollins sent a message to Roman Reigns a couple of weeks ago via satellite, and it seems like Seth freaking Rollins is obsessed with the idea that he is the man who created the Tribal Chief, but he wants to be the man to put an end to the Tribal Chief for once and for all. But let's see what Seth freaking Rollins has got to say here this evening.
For weeks now, I've been watching, I've been listening to excuses, to revisionist history, to a man pretending he's trying to move forward while dragging this place backward with him. Roman Reigns says he's done with the past. Funny, because everywhere he goes, the past follows him.
Hold on a second. Well, look who's here. It is the OTC. Roman Reigns here on Monday Night Raw. So Seth Rollins making it a point that the past seems to be following the Tribal Chief wherever he goes, and it seems like Roman Reigns has been trying to maybe bury the past and shove it to the side, looking towards the future. But let's see what Roman Reigns, the OTC, the Tribal Chief, has got to say in response here tonight.
You done? You've been talking an awful lot lately, Seth. Talking about creation, talking about legacy, talking about things you think belong to you. You want to know the truth? You didn't create me. You didn't create the Tribal Chief. You were just a step.
A step? No, Roman, I was the foundation. I took the blame. I took the chair. I became the villain so you could become the hero. And what did you do with it, huh? You ruled this place. You buried this place. You sat on that throne for years while everyone else suffocated.
And now look at you, still standing in my shadow. You talk about ending what you created, but all you're really doing is begging me to look back.
Look back? I have been cleaning up your mess ever since you lost that title. I built the World Heavyweight Championship up because you had suffocated this place with your little bloodline. And now, Drew, Kevin, all these guys circling you like vultures because you made this place rot.
I'm not being held back by Drew. I'm not being held back by Kevin. I'm being held back by you, by your guilt, by your obsession, by your need to rewrite history so you can sleep at night. I'm done fighting ghosts. I'm done fighting the past. But if I have to put you down, then I'll do it.
That's all I needed to hear. You don't get to walk away from what you are. You don't get to outgrow me. At SummerSlam, I won't just beat Roman Reigns. I end the Tribal Chief.
Well, Seth freaking Rollins with a strong message here this evening. He's stating that he wants to end the thing that he thinks he created, which is the Tribal Chief. We'll have to wait and see whether he can achieve that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show here on Monday Night Raw, we have Lyra Valkyria in singles action. Now, of course, last week, she was meant to be in singles action to take on Io Sky, the Genius of the Sky, but unfortunately, Becky Lynch decided to throw that match out and decided to just decimate Io Sky backstage and then march her way down to the ring, attack Lyra Valkyria, and then issue a challenge for SummerSlam against Lyra Valkyria. But here tonight, Lyra Valkyria will be hoping that she'll actually be able to get into some singles action ahead of SummerSlam. And here is her opponent. It is a former Women's World Champion here in Universe Mode. Back last year in 2K25, Kairi Sane was able to dethrone Mami, the Eradicator, as the Women's World Champion. And this year she has been in a pursuit for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. But unfortunately for her, she's come up short on a number of occasions. And she's also seen one of her close friends in Dakota gain that championship and also lose that championship. And you could argue that maybe there was a little bit of tension that had built between both Kairi Sane and Dakota leaving Io Sky stuck in the middle. But Io Sky, of course, last week was wiped out by Becky Lynch. And now here tonight, Kairi Sane gets another opportunity to perhaps build herself back up towards that Women's Intercontinental Championship, which of course she has been pursuing for a number of months now. But maybe, just maybe, she may be able to force her way into that situation. So Lyra Valkyria and Kairi Sane may actually be able to get into a singles matchup here tonight. Unlike last week with Io Sky, and here we go, bell rings and we're underway here. Both superstars with the same idea, and into a quick cover here. Kairi Sane looking to put this one to bed early, but now a kick out found by Lyra Valkyria, and then an Inzaguri not quite connecting quite as she would have hoped there, Lyra Valkyria. But now, oh, a big elbow in the corner by Lyra. Now sending Kairi Sane across the ring into the corner herself, as Lyra Valkyria and Kairi Sane haven't really been seen in singles action much lately. But now these two get a big opportunity here to perhaps build themselves up towards maybe that Women's Intercontinental Championship. But of course, Lyra Valkyria will know that Becky Lynch is lurking over her shoulder. And it doesn't seem like Becky Lynch is finished with Lyra Valkyria just yet. As now into the corner, Kairi Sane up to the top rope. Of course, Becky Lynch did take a couple of months out of the career of Lyra Valkyria this year, back at Money in the Bank, wiping her out, but now up onto the top rope. Lyra Valkyria into a superplex off the top rope, planting Kairi Sane. And the WWE Universe getting behind these two superstars. They're delighted to see these two back in the ring again. As Kairi Sane now fighting back here, but Lyra Valkyria seems to have an answer for everything here. Lyra Valkyria, quick strikes by her. Just taking Kairi Sane off guard, but now sent into the corner. Face first is Kairi Sane. A big elbow to the jaw. As now planting Kairi Sane and into the cover, stacking her up here, but no, kick out found by Kairi. And Lyra Valkyria gonna head up to the second rope here, looking to continue the onslaught, continue on the attack here. As now Lyra Valkyria looking to fly, big drop kick connecting. And now Lyra Valkyria off of the springboard, couldn't connect with that leg drop. As Kairi Sane heads to the outside, creating a bit of space here, regathering herself. A couple of quick strikes there, but now she's been caught. And she's hoisted up. Oh, but hold on a second, into a reversal. Roll up by Kairi Sane. Reversed into a roll up for Lyra Valkyria, looking to steal the win, but a big kick out found by Kairi. So Kairi Sane putting the brakes onto what looked like a suplex of sort, maybe a fisherman's suplex there. As Lyra Valkyria had hooked the leg. But now, big slap across the chest and the jaw of Kairi Sane. And these two are going to trade blows and see who has the longevity in this matchup. Who can stand tall. Big strikes landing for both superstars. And Lyra wants some more. She's playing some mind games here with Kairi Sane. Big strikes connecting for both superstars, but who's going to be the one left on their feet here? Evenly matched so far. Oh my goodness. Big slaps across the face. My, oh my. Now these two just laying into each other. Evenly matched between the two. And they're just wearing each other out here. And Kairi Sane seems to have gotten the upper hand. Sending Lyra Valkyria into the corner. You can see the bruises across the face. And now walking the plank is Kairi Sane. This is what won her the Women's World Championship, connecting in the corner. And Lyra Valkyria is in big trouble, but Kairi Sane not messing about. She's going straight for the cover. Looking for the victory here. Can she do it? No. Big kick out found for Lyra Valkyria. Kairi Sane getting ever so close to a victory. But now, oh my word, a bit of a modified Boston Crab here. An interesting maneuver with a submission, but Lyra Valkyria able to battle out of it. And she's staying in this matchup, at least for now. But Kairi Sane is slowly grinding through the gears. She's beginning to show us exactly why she's a former Women's World Champion. Into the cover, stacking her up for the victory, but no. Big kick out found by Lyra. But Kairi Sane is feeling it here. The WWE Universe are behind her. And Kairi Sane off the springboard, looking for a leg drop. Couldn't connect with it. And she may have done more damage to herself than she did Lyra Valkyria. As Lyra now looking to perhaps take advantage of that mistake. And off the ropes into a big clothesline connecting. Lyra Valkyria taking advantage of Kairi Sane with that crucial error just moments ago. Now into the corner off the turnbuckle, but a big elbow connecting for Kairi Sane and a reversal for Lyra Valkyria and a big spinning heel kick connecting right on the jaw. And Kairi Sane's in big trouble. She seems like she's out on her feet right now. I don't think she knows quite where she is. Planted onto the canvas on the back of her head as well. That's not going to help matters for her. Quick strikes now. Lyra Valkyria taking the fight to Kairi Sane, but Kairi Sane back into the ring here. Taking her time here. Lyra Valkyria misses out on that big elbow as Kairi Sane just moved out of the way at the last possible second. Now targeting the legs. Probably a wise choice that. Lyra Valkyria loves to utilize the skies here. But now, oh, an enziguri connecting right on the button. And Kairi Sane is now down and out. We're now heading up to the top rope. Lyra Valkyria looking to fly. Frog splash connecting for Lyra Valkyria. Into the cover she goes, hooking the leg for the victory. No, big kick out found by Kairi Sane. And Lyra Valkyria looks absolutely exhausted here. She seems like she can't believe that Kairi Sane was able to kick out. But Kairi Sane now could be the one in trouble. She slides on in behind, takes the legs out from underneath. Lyra Valkyria, I should say, but Kairi Sane playing up to the WWE Universe. And then Lyra Valkyria able to take advantage with a big drop kick to the back. As now Lyra Valkyria looking a little bit panicked here. Looking like she's trying to decipher what she needs to do next. Now big elbows to the midsection by Kairi Sane. As now Kairi Sane was thinking about maybe going for a springboard there, but instead she decides to go for the Alabama Slam. And into the cover she goes, hooking the leg for the victory. No, big kick out found again for Lyra Valkyria, who is just about able to survive so far in this one. But things are beginning to look bleak for her, as Becky Lynch is still hovering over her shoulder. And you have to wonder, are we going to see Becky Lynch here tonight? Or into a moonsault off the second rope there. Kairi Sane looking to close into the victory. Big spear connecting out of absolutely nowhere. And Lyra Valkyria is in the drop zone. Kairi Sane off the second rope. The insane elbow connecting. And Kairi Sane, is she going to go for the cover here? She is. She's wasted a couple of seconds there. But is it going to be enough to put Lyra Valkyria away? No, it's not. Big kick out found by Lyra Valkyria. And somehow we're still going here. But these two are battered and bruised. I'm not sure this was the wisest choice of Lyra Valkyria to be in singles action tonight, because just this weekend she will be most likely facing off against Becky Lynch. Of course, probably depends on whether she's even going to be fit enough and medically cleared. But as of right now, I'm sure Lyra Valkyria will not back down from that challenge. We may find an answer to that later on tonight, but as for right now, Lyra Valkyria looking to get in control of this matchup. Kairi Sane now back to her feet. Lyra Valkyria looking for the brain buster, connecting. Same maneuver she went for earlier in the matchup. This time connecting, hooking the leg for the victory. No, big kick out again. This time for Kairi Sane. Back and forth these two go. My oh my. You can just see the bruises beginning to develop over both superstars' bodies, especially across the backs. As now Lyra Valkyria once again going to head up top here. Lyra Valkyria measuring Kairi Sane, and Lyra Valkyria with a leg drop to the back of the head. And that could be it. Kairi Sane could be down and out for the victory. Lyra Valkyria has done it. Well, what a matchup this was to kickstart Monday Night Raw just before SummerSlam. Lyra Valkyria with a massive victory. But hold on a second. Becky Lynch with a kendo stick in hand after this brutal matchup, continuing to beat down Lyra Valkyria. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have the Ring General, Gunther, making his way down to the ring here this evening. And Gunther has a message for the WWE Universe, and I'm sure I can imagine who he is going to direct that message towards, as the last couple of weeks we've seen him and his arch nemesis Finn Balor going back and forth. Of course, Gunther finally put to bed back at Crown Jewel the Myth, as Gunther has stated that as a myth, being that AJ Styles had his number and he was unable to defeat the Phenomenal One. And then we've seen Finn Balor try and get himself involved in Gunther's matchup a couple of weeks ago against LA Knight, which was unsuccessful. But then Gunther last week was actually successful in costing Finn Balor his matchup. So you have to wonder, is the Ring General maybe one step ahead of Finn Balor here in Universe mode? As Finn Balor has been stating that the Ring General is the man standing in his way towards that World Heavyweight Championship, which, I mean, is an interesting insight, seeing as he is not the man holding the title right now. But let's see what the Ring General has got to say.
1 year ago, at Crown Jewel, something was taken from me. My Intercontinental Championship, my dominance, my momentum. And the man who pinned me was AJ Styles. For 1 year, AJ Styles was the one man I could not defeat. The one man people said had my number. That myth is dead. But now, there is another man who keeps crawling into my path like a parasite. A man who hides behind distractions, sneak attacks, and excuses. Finn Balor. Finn, you've said it yourself. You say I am the man standing in your way, so if that is true, then stand up to me like a man. At SummerSlam, I will not run. I will not look away. I will bully you inside that ring. I will maul you. I will break you down piece by piece until there is nothing left. And then I will take my rightful place at the top of this company. I will become World Heavyweight Champion. But first, Finn Balor, I am going to put you down. I am going to choke you out. I am going to put you to sleep at SummerSlam. So come out here if you have the courage.
Hold on a second, look behind him. Gunther has caught by Finn Balor into the 1916. And Finn Balor just attacking Gunther from behind now up to the top rope. And Finn Balor wiping out the ring general.
Want me to stand up to you, Gunther? I've been fighting my whole damn career just to stay alive at the top. And you're right about one thing. You are standing in my way. So at SummerSlam, I accept. But don't get it twisted. You don't bully me. You don't put me to sleep. At SummerSlam, I remind the world exactly who Finn Balor is.
As we head backstage now, and we have Kairi Sane.
Kairi, hey. You fought like hell out there. I know it was rough. You don't have to say anything. I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Aw, look at this. The loser club's having a little meeting. Must really sting, huh? Champion 1 minute, forgotten the next. Come on, Raquel. We've got business to handle.
Kairi, don't listen to her.
Kairi.
Oh, hold on a second. Well, Kairi just storming away, and hold on a second. Julia from behind, taking out Dakota Kai here. A clubbing blow. Dakota Kai didn't see it coming. Kairi Sane has just left Dakota all alone here, and Julia picking the parts here. My goodness, a brutal assault here in the locker room. And it seems like Julia is just trying to pick apart Dakota Kai. Dakota is supposed to be getting ready for a matchup, which is supposed to start in just a moment's time here on Monday Night Raw. But Julia, clearly, she does not care about that. At one point, it seemed like Julia was on the side of Dakota Kai. But now, look at this. What has come into Julia as of late? Turning her back on Dakota Kai and now brutally assaulting her backstage. My goodness. Well, Julia, with a clear-cut message, it seems like she's not done with Dakota or the Intercontinental Championship. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show here on Monday Night Raw, we have Raquel Rodriguez in singles action with the current Women's Intercontinental Champion Liv Morgan by her side at ringside. So Raquel Rodriguez will be facing off against Dakota Kai here this evening, but we did just see backstage Dakota Kai getting wiped out by Julia. So clearly Julia feels that she's not finished with Dakota Kai just yet. But Raquel Rodriguez looking to maybe inflict more punishment upon Dakota Kai ahead of SummerSlam. Let's see if Raquel Rodriguez can get a victory under her belt here. And well, here she is, Dakota Kai, putting on a brave face here after being completely wiped out backstage by Julia. But Dakota Kai heading into singles action against the powerhouse, which is Raquel Rodriguez. You have to wonder whether Dakota Kai is even going to be 100% here. And you could have to wonder whether this is maybe a bad decision by Dakota Kai. Of course, she doesn't have damage control either in her corner here. She's all alone heading into this one. And we have seen that her and Kairi Sane recently have been going and butting heads with each other over that Women's Intercontinental Championship, but now neither one of them hold the title. So Raquel Rodriguez coming up against Dakota Kai. And we have seen that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez have been trying to help each other out in recent weeks, and I'm not sure whether it's gone quite to plan, as we did see Raquel Rodriguez crashing into Liv Morgan thanks to Julia. Of course, Julia getting that victory over Liv Morgan, which could earn herself a championship title match going into the future. But as for right now, or I should say Julia actually getting a victory over Raquel Rodriguez, not Liv Morgan. But as for right now, Dakota Kai cranking away at the arm of Raquel Rodriguez, and now hoisting up. Raquel Rodriguez looking to outpower Dakota Kai here. Of course, as we just mentioned, Dakota Kai must not be 100% here this evening. And now Raquel Rodriguez looking to inflict more punishment upon Dakota Kai. Quick strikes to the midsection there by Dakota. And again, trying to outmuscle the powerhouse, but I'm not sure that's the wisest decision. Hold on a second, Dakota Kai able to show her power, outmuscling Raquel Rodriguez, at least momentarily, but now Raquel Rodriguez driving Dakota Kai back onto the ropes here. And a cheap shot by Raquel Rodriguez, big right hand, trying to get the upper hand here. And a big slap across the chest as well, big chop I should say. Kendo stick being brought into play here by Liv Morgan, and now Raquel Rodriguez into the cover. Well, Liv Morgan may have just caused a distraction at the worst possible time there, and perhaps again costing Raquel Rodriguez. The similar sort of thing happened when Raquel Rodriguez was facing off against Julia, where Liv Morgan entered a steel chair into the ring and Raquel Rodriguez opted not to use it, and ultimately that ended up costing Raquel Rodriguez that matchup against Julia. But now, a big kick by Dakota Kai. And Dakota Kai with a massive kick to the face. And Raquel Rodriguez could be out of it. Liv Morgan looks concerned on the outside there, as Dakota Kai slowly trying to get the upper hand here. Big enziguri connecting. Dakota Kai building some momentum now. This is exactly what she needs, especially heading into SummerSlam. And Liv Morgan now up onto the apron, trying to cause a distraction. Dakota Kai remaining focused, having a little bit of words with Liv Morgan, but Liv Morgan exposing that steel on the turnbuckle, as now back into the ring. And Liv Morgan grabbing a foot of Dakota Kai here and then wiped out from behind. The referee didn't seem to see it. He seemed to be aware that something happened, but he didn't see exactly what. So Liv Morgan still at ringside here, and this time helping Raquel Rodriguez out. As Raquel Rodriguez now with Dakota Kai on the apron and sending her down to the floor, crashing to the mat. Now Raquel Rodriguez could be looking to take a count-out victory perhaps here. Telling the referee to continue the count. Dakota Kai slowly back to her feet, taking her time. Round to the outside there, and Liv Morgan trying to get herself involved. Liv Morgan now trying to cause a distraction to Dakota Kai, but Dakota is focused on the WWE Universe, taking her time to get back into the ring here. Trying to come up with some kind of strategy, it seems like. Dakota Kai now entering into the ring. Oh, and it looked like she was going for something there, but big strikes to the midsection now. Liv Morgan exposing that steel turnbuckle. The referee getting distracted by that, and a neck breaker connecting for Raquel Rodriguez. A stomp to the arm as well. As now Raquel Rodriguez, the clubbing blow to the spine here. Big kick to the back of the head as well. And Raquel Rodriguez slowly getting in control of this matchup. And now, oh my word, Raquel Rodriguez hoisting up. And oh my goodness, planting Dakota Kai, stacking her up. This has got to be it, surely, but no. Big kick out found. Liv Morgan again exposing that turnbuckle pad. Raquel Rodriguez, though, could be looking to put an end to this one. Raquel Rodriguez, Tahana bomb connecting, but the referee has been distracted, and Raquel Rodriguez could have had this matchup won. That's definitely a 3 count there. And Liv Morgan may have just costed her tag team partner again here. Raquel Rodriguez, though, looking to continue the onslaught. Oh, and the referee almost getting himself involved here, but now Dakota Kai planting Raquel Rodriguez, and this could be it. Into the cover, Dakota Kai for the victory. No, big kick out found by Raquel. My goodness. Well, Liv Morgan needs to be careful here because she's helped out her tag team partner a few times, but also she's costed her. Big kick to the spine now. Dakota Kai sizing up Raquel Rodriguez here. The WWE Universe well and truly behind Dakota Kai here. Oh, Raquel Rodriguez with a big knee. Finding a reversal. Dakota Kai now with a drop kick. Dropping Raquel to the mat, and now Liv Morgan again getting herself involved here. Causing a distraction, telling Dakota Kai she's never going to get that championship back as long as Liv Morgan holds it. Now back to her feet. Big kick by Dakota. Now Raquel Rodriguez brought down to the mat, and Dakota Kai off the ropes looking for a big kick and then a double foot stomp as well. Dakota Kai trying to pull out all the stops here despite the distractions from ringside, causing chaos in this one. As now Raquel Rodriguez, hold on a second, Dakota Kai into a roll-up, found a reversal, but a reversal by Raquel Rodriguez into the cover, stacking her up, but a kick-out found for Dakota. Dakota Kai just about able to survive here, finding a reversal again, kicks to the leg now, trying to take out the base from underneath the foundation of the powerhouse, which is Raquel Rodriguez, and Dakota Kai has been busted wide open here. Oh, finding a reversal here. Dakota Kai back into the ring now. Dakota using her speed, which she needs to do, but she's been caught again. Raquel Rodriguez hoisting her up. Now up onto the shoulders and hanging her up on the top rope. Raquel Rodriguez signaling for the end, and Liv Morgan seems absolutely delighted with what her tag team partner is about to pull off here. Planting Dakota Kai, and that's surely got to be it for the victory. No, she's kicked out again. Raquel Rodriguez can't believe it, but Dakota Kai has somehow continued to stay in this one and continued to survive here. Raquel Rodriguez having a word with Liv Morgan, but now, just grabbing Dakota Kai and sending her into that top rope, and now to the outside goes Dakota, but she's not going to be safe there. Raquel Rodriguez continuing the onslaught. Now tossing Dakota Kai towards the rampway. Back to their feet though. As Dakota now sending Raquel Rodriguez into the barricade. And stomping away at the arm as well. Dakota needs to be careful here, because if she gets caught on the outside, then she could potentially suffer the loss here. But oh my word, Raquel Rodriguez has been busted wide open now. Now sending Raquel back into the ring here. Dakota Kai could be on the verge of a victory. Both these superstars busted wide open here. Dakota Kai with a dropkick connecting. She was able to avoid a big boot by Raquel Rodriguez, and Raquel in trouble. The GTK connecting, and into the cover she goes. Dakota Kai scrambling for the victory. Can she do it? No, this match is still continuing. Well, neither one of these two want to stay down. And the WWE Universe may get what they're asking for. They want these two to fight forever, but a big boot in the corner connecting. And Dakota Kai showing the frustration here. More big boots in the corner, my goodness. Raquel Rodriguez could be down and out. She looks like she's out on her feet right now. Dakota Kai once again setting it up. GTK connecting for a second time into the cover near the ropes though. Hooking the leg for the victory. Can Dakota Kai do it? No! Oh my goodness. How are these two still fighting here? Are we ever going to get a victory in this one? This is absolutely ridiculous right now. Oh my word. Well, this could be it. Dakota Kai planted. And Raquel Rodriguez finally into the cover. Surely hooking the leg. This has got to be it. No, it's not. What is happening with these two? I don't think we're ever going to get an ending to this matchup. These two may still be fighting. Oh my word, never mind. Because Tahana bomb connecting, and that has got to be it. Surely stacking her up. And the victory goes to Raquel Rodriguez, who laughs in the face of Dakota Kai here. And well, Raquel Rodriguez with a massive, massive victory. Liv Morgan into the ring to celebrate with her tag team partner, the Women's Intercontinental Champion. Very proud of her best friend here in Raquel Rodriguez.
Sean?
Lyra?
No. I'm done waiting. I want Becky now.
Becky already made her challenge. So, let me be clear. Are you officially accepting?
Yes.
And you need to understand something. At SummerSlam, you won't just be facing Becky Lynch. You'll be locked inside Hell in a Cell with her.
Good.
Then it's official.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have the monster among men, one big SOB, making his way down to the ring. And finally, we will be seeing a one-on-one match between this man, Braun Strowman, and the ruler, the Intercontinental Champion, Oba Femi. And this will be a Falls Count Anywhere matchup between these two monsters. The championship will not be on the line, which is the key fact here. It is simply Braun Strowman, Oba Femi looking to settle a score. They've been going back and forth ever since the WWE draft, where Oba Femi has been calling out the monster and basically stating that he believes he is the man that holds the power to put this man down. And here is the Intercontinental Champion. It is the ruler of WWE. It is Oba Femi. So Oba Femi didn't quite have the greatest start to his Universe Mode career here in WWE 2K25, as he was struggling to get a hold of that championship early on, but it seemed like a switch had flipped inside of the brain of the ruler, and he unlocked something that we have yet to see here in Universe Mode, and he may be becoming one of the most dominant champions here in Universe Mode. Of course, he does have the Bulgarian Brute waiting for him at SummerSlam for that championship, and you have to wonder, being involved in a Falls Count Anywhere matchup here tonight on the go-home show of Monday Night Raw before SummerSlam, is that going to be a wise decision, especially coming up against the former Intercontinental Champion himself in Braun Strowman? You have to wonder, is Oba Femi maybe going to be pushing himself too far here tonight? I'm sure if any man is able to put down the monster among men in a Falls Count Anywhere matchup, it will be the ruler. So Braun Strowman, of course, missing out on that opportunity at SummerSlam due to losing out to Rusev back at Crown Jewel, and now Oba Femi and Braun Strowman finally head-to-head inside the ring, and Braun Strowman right out of the gates looking to inflict some punishment and showcase his dominance here and his power, trying to send a message to the ruler of the WWE. Oba Femi has been stating that he believes that he may even be more powerful then one big SOB. And Braun Strowman is trying to make it clear that that's not the case, but now Obafemi, the man in control. Of course, falls count anywhere matchup off that big shoulder tackle, just wiping out Braun Strowman. It's not often that you see that, and then being sent across the ring with that Beal, just tossing the monster among men as if he's a sack of potatoes. But Obafemi and Braun Strowman battling in a falls count anywhere matchup to finally put an end to this feud between the two. As now, Obafemi with Braun Strowman on the ropes. And of course, in a falls count anywhere matchup, there are no disqualifications. Pinfalls and submissions can be done inside the ring or outside the ring. As Obafemi now heads to the outside and looking for a weapon. Well, I'm not sure that Obafemi really needs it, because he could be classed as a weapon himself, as Braun Strowman now looking for that shoulder tackle. But Obafemi stopping him in his tracks and just obliterating that kendo stick. As Braun Strowman now using the ropes to get back to his feet. Obafemi missing that shoulder tackle. As now just tossing Braun Strowman back into the ring. Keeping things in between the ropes, at least for now. Now Strowman sent over the top rope and to the outside. Obafemi may have been thinking about going for that fall from grace, but Braun Strowman, the exhaustion, oh my word, and the beatdown that he's suffered so far meant that he couldn't keep his footing, and he went over the top rope. And now the pinfall on the outside here, looking for the victory, but no, Braun Strowman is able to power out. And the roll-up is holding his own right here, keeping the monster among men off his feet. And now sending Strowman back into the ring here. Obafemi. Oh. Braun Strowman, though. Back to his feet once again, and then a big body splash. Just wiping out the ruler. And now targeting the knee and the leg as well. Braun Strowman now. He's feeling it, trying to get the WWE Universe behind him, but Obafemi wisely rolling to the outside. And Strowman, oh, he's been shoved down here and lost his footing in the meantime. And now off the ropes, Obafemi. Oh my word. Obafemi just tossing Strowman up in the air and letting his own momentum do the damage. And then triple elbows connecting as well. Obafemi is in complete control right here. And Strowman could be in trouble. He's hoisted up with complete ease, but oh my word. Reversal found. Braun Strowman running power slam connecting for the big SOB here. And now, oh, Obafemi finding a reversal again. And now heading to the outside. Creating a bit of space, looking for another weapon to bring into play here. Steel chair in hand. Braun Strowman in big trouble because the ruler is swinging a steel chair, crashing off of the ribcage, but Braun Strowman now able to stop Obafemi in his tracks. Big elbows to the jaw though. Obafemi looking to fight out the clutches of the monster. And now off the ropes. And Obafemi could have been looking for that fall from grace, but Braun Strowman was able to avoid it, at least for now. Now hoisting up. Obafemi crashing down face first into the canvas. And now Obafemi using the ropes to get back to his feet, but a steel chair to the back of the head. And now into the cover goes Braun Strowman, looking to pin the Intercontinental Champion, but no. Of course, as we stated before, the championship is not on the line here. This is simply to settle a score once and for all between these two. Stomping away at the face there of Obafemi. Now that vice grip onto the traps of Obafemi here. Obafemi trying to prove a point that Braun Strowman is past it. And Obafemi is the new monster on the block. But now, oh, Braun Strowman slips in behind after a big reversal. And now Braun Strowman, oh, he was looking for the powerbomb perhaps, but Obafemi able to find the reversal. And now Obafemi grabbing the steel steps, bringing them into play here. And the ruler back into the ring. I'm not sure Obafemi realizes it, and a big clothesline to the back of the neck, taking Strowman down to the canvas. And now into the fall from grace connecting. Obafemi into the cover, hooking the leg for the victory. No rope breaks here, but a big kick out found. So, of course, because this is Falls Count Anywhere, no rope breaks in this one. And the WWE Universe are really feeling this matchup. The steel steps, though, crashing down onto the Monster Among Men, and now just being peeled and tossed across the ring here. Obafemi momentarily was in complete control, showcasing his power. And now Braun Strowman backing it up, and then a big splash in the corner. And now stomping away at Obafemi as well, in the corner there. Keeping the ruler down, at least for now. Braun Strowman now, though, just sizing up his options. Slowly back to his feet is Obafemi, finding a reversal, though. Big strike to the midsection. And Strowman sent off the ropes once again, and now Obafemi tossing him up in the air once more. Obafemi just showcasing how easy it seems to be for him. And now, with Braun Strowman almost tossing him out of the ring. Obafemi, my goodness. Now he's sizing up Strowman again. What on earth is he going for here? Looking for the fall from grace again. Into the cover, Obafemi taking down the Monster Among Men for the victory. Obafemi has done it. And well, what a showcase that is of power. The ruler has put down the Monster Among Men. And everything that Obafemi has been saying ever since the WWE draft has come to fruition here. He has put down the monster, and now he looks towards SummerSlam, where he will be taking on the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev, for the Intercontinental Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we have Lash Legend out here about to cut a promo for us with a message for the WWE Universe about her upcoming match at SummerSlam for the Women's World Championship.
SummerSlam is days away, and I can already tell this division is nervous. Jade Cargill, Stephanie Vakir, two women clinging to their little moments while the real star stands right here. At SummerSlam, I'm not wrestling, I'm collecting. I'm the bougie bully, and bullies don't ask, they take. You thought Jade's reign was scary? You ain't seen nothing yet. I don't need friends. I don't need backup. I don't need help. I do this on my own.
Oh, hold on a second. Well, there may be someone who disagrees.
Lash, what's going on with you lately? You sent me to take care of Jordynne Grace before Evolution. I did what you asked, and I got jumped. I got embarrassed. I got left laid out. And since then, you haven't answered my calls. You haven't checked on me. I thought we were in this together.
Together? If you had done what you were supposed to do, maybe things would be different. But you didn't. So I handled it myself, like I always do.
Lash.
No. It doesn't matter anymore. I took out the trash. And right now, you're just in my way.
Oh, hold on a second. Well, here is the Women's World Champion, the most dominant superstar we've seen in the women's division here in Universe Mode, Jade Cargill. She is in singles action in the main event here this evening, and it seems like she's interrupting Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson's little reunion here. But we have to wait and see what Jade Cargill has to say. Does she have some words for these two, or is she simply looking to kickstart her matchup right here?
Enough. This isn't your moment. This isn't your promo. And this is my ring. I've got a match. So take your little drama and get out of my sight.
See you at SummerSlam. champ.
But hold on a second, Jakara Jackson, well, she just eyeing up the Women's World Champion for a moment there before exiting the ring. And now we can get into the main event of the evening. And so Jade Cargill interrupting Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson just a moment ago, but Jade Cargill demanding that they exit the ring because she is involved in singles action here tonight. Jade Cargill taking on Jordynne Grace. The championship is not on the line here this evening, but Jade Cargill looking to perhaps maybe send a message by perhaps taking out one of the top contenders for her championship. Of course, Jordynne Grace missing out on SummerSlam. She will not be involved there, but we will be seeing Stephanie Vaquer and Lash Legend take on Jade Cargill for that Women's World Championship. You have to wonder, can Jade Cargill once again walk out with that championship in hand, or is it going to be a step too far for her? So Jade Cargill, Jordynne Grace, the WWE Universe behind Jordynne Grace here this evening. But here we go, bell rings and we're underway now as these two lock up in the center of the ring here. Jade Cargill been the most dominant women's champion that we've seen in Universe mode, holding that title ever since WrestleMania. Of course, back at WrestleMania, she defeated Bianca Belair after receiving 4 kiss of deaths and still standing and then walking out with that championship. Of course, Bianca Belair did win that title back at the Royal Rumble, defeating Kairi Sane for that one in an open challenge in WWE 2K25 Universe mode. And now, here this evening, Jade Cargill taking on Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace made her debut back at the Elimination Chamber in WWE 2K24's Universe mode. And she almost actually walked out with the championship, so we could have seen these two facing off at WrestleMania if, oh my word, into a pop-up Samoan drop, if Jordynne Grace was able to win the Elimination Chamber there, but kick out found out a 1 count there. Jade Cargill just trying to assert her dominance and continue this dominant title reign. Of course, she doesn't have to worry about the championship here this evening, but I mean, she's been trying to almost overcompensate, and I mean, she may have just overcompensated just there, trying to maybe send a message to Stephanie Vaquer, showcasing that she can fly with the best of them. But she missed out on that big crossbody and now being outpowered by the Juggernaut here. Jordynne Grace and the referee trying to separate these two, but a cheap shot by the champion. And Jade Cargill, as we were stating before, her confidence seems to have been going on a downward hill as of late. But I mean, if she is victorious at SummerSlam, you have to imagine that that is going to give her a massive boost in confidence once again. She did, of course, defend the championship already in this Universe mode, back at Bash in Berlin in a triple threat match against this woman, Jordynne Grace, and her other opponent at SummerSlam in Lash Legend. So she isn't all too unfamiliar with a triple threat matchup, and that was a brutal matchup between those three. But you could argue that Jordynne Grace and Lash Legend were maybe too focused on each other to actually walk away with that championship, and Jade Cargill was able to benefit from that. And now here tonight, Jade Cargill is at the mercy of the Juggernaut here. Jordynne Grace trying to send a message to Jade Cargill, and now tossing her down, and Jordynne Grace has the upper hand here. Jade Cargill is actually struggling ever so slightly in this one. Now Jordynne Grace, oh, a big knee to the face, reversal found by Jade Cargill. Back to her feet again, but a big elbow connecting. And Jordynne Grace just muttering away there, stating to Jade that if she walks out with that championship, then Jordynne Grace is going to be on the other side waiting for her. But now, Jade Cargill, oh my word, the elbow to the back of the head. And now, Jordynne Grace planting Jade Cargill on the back of her head. Back to her feet here. Oh my word. Jordynne Grace hoisting her up and planting Jade Cargill. The Women's World Champion is in deep trouble. The Juggernaut has her on the ropes right here. But the question is she going to be able to finish the Women's World Champion? And it doesn't look like she will be able to. But hold on a second. What is this? Lash Legend is back out here. Well, clearly she's not too pleased that Jade Cargill and her interruption earlier on here has now Jordynne Grace back to her feet, and Jordynne Grace has caught the Women's World Champion up on her shoulders, planted. And Jordynne Grace, is she going to go for the cover here? Would be wise to. Oh, hold on a second. Well, Jordynne Grace now is distracted by Lash Legend as well, telling Lash Legend to get on out of it. Hold on a second. Oh my word. Naomi with a steel chair off of the face of her former best friend. And we know that those two are going to be facing off at SummerSlam, but Jade Cargill crawling across the ring, draping the arm across the Juggernaut, looking to take advantage, but the referee had to dispose of that steel chair, and that may have cost Jade Cargill here. But Naomi, of course, has had problems with Jade Cargill as well here in Universe Mode, and she's made it clear that she's coming for that Women's World Championship too. So the amount of names that we have in that title picture right now: Jade Cargill, Naomi, Jordynne Grace, Lash Legend, Stephanie Vaquer. But now Jade Cargill has planted off of the Muscle Buster. And now Jordynne Grace once again, despite the distraction just a moment ago, is in control and planting Jade Cargill, stacking her up to pin the Women's World Champion. No. Jade Cargill, I believe, hasn't actually been pinned yet this year in 2K25's Universe Mode. So what a statement that would make if Jordynne Grace is able to give her first pinfall loss here. Of course, we've had a bit of shenanigans already. Lash Legend and Naomi making themselves seen and heard here this evening. But Jordynne Grace now looking to continue the onslaught, and Jade Cargill doesn't seem to have an answer for the Juggernaut. But just as I say that, big elbows to the jaw, and Jordynne Grace now sent to the apron. Jade Cargill is feeling it right now, and she's going to bring Jordynne Grace right back into the ring here, face first into the canvas off of the top rope. And Jade Cargill is sizing up the Juggernaut. Jordynne Grace could be in deep trouble, hooking the arms. Jordynne Grace hoisted up, marching around the ring. Jade Cargill, the Women's World Champion, planting the Juggernaut and going to stack her up near the ropes here for the victory. Can she do it? No. Big kick out found, and Jade Cargill cannot believe it. She can't believe that Jordynne Grace was able to power out of that one. Now big strikes by Jade Cargill. Big elbow to the jaw as well, but the Juggernaut continuing to fight on here, but Jade Cargill, just a slippery character, able to slide on in behind, and now big frog splash connecting off the second rope. Jade Cargill trying to throw out all the stops here, and a big boot connecting. Jade Cargill into the cover, hooking the leg of Jordynne Grace for the victory. No. Big kick out found, and Jade Cargill again in utter disbelief here. But Jordynne Grace up onto the apron, big shoulder tackle connecting. As now Jade Cargill just watches on as Jordynne Grace lays out on the outside. Jade Cargill, though, looking to continue the onslaught on the outside, maybe utilising the environment, but Jordynne Grace instead is able to find the reversal, send Jade Cargill crashing into the barricade. And now Jordynne Grace just teasing the Women's World Champion. Back to the outside she goes. May have been a mistake. Or a reversal found there by Jade Cargill. There's now big strikes to the midsection. Big boot connecting as well by Jade. A 3 count by the referee. We have seen Jade Cargill utilise the count out. She did exactly that against Io Sky back at Evolution. But the question is, will she do that here tonight? Because it seems like every single matchup she's being pushed closer and closer to her limit. And Jordynne Grace could be the closest right here. As now Jade Cargill out on the outside. She could get counted out right here. The referee telling Jade Cargill to get back in the ring. Jade Cargill was telling the referee to move out of the way. He did so at the last minute, but that may have just cost Jade Cargill here. She's not going to be too pleased. Planted the Juggernaut. Is she going to do it? Jade Cargill could be in deep, deep trouble. Jordynne Grace sizing up the Women's World Champion, hoisting her up on her shoulders and planting Jade Cargill, stacking her up into the pin, looking for the victory. Can she do it? No. Jade Cargill still survives here. The Women's World Champion is in deep trouble though. Jordynne Grace with the elbow to the back of the head. Looking to put down the Women's World Champion and give her her first loss here in 2K25. But Jade Cargill again able to slide in behind and take the knee out from underneath Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace back to her feet though. Off the rope she goes, and into the referee. The referee getting a little bit too close to the action here, it seems like. As now, oh my goodness, Jordynne Grace planted face first by the Storm. And now the crowd, the boos ring around the stadium as Jade Cargill just about connects with that crossbody. That's the third time she's gone for that one, for that maneuver. She didn't quite catch all of it, but she caught just enough of it. And now Jade Cargill utilizing her power, a deadlift powerbomb onto the Juggernaut. And Jade Cargill now could have Jordynne Grace right where she wants her. Off the ropes and into a big boot. All the momentum face first into that boot, into the cover for the victory. But no, the Juggernaut still hanging in there. And Jade Cargill again in disbelief. Can she get the job done here? She's been so desperate in recent months. Back at Survivor Series, of course, resorting to a roll-up victory against Stephanie Vaquer. And then back at Evolution, taking a count-out victory against Io Sky. But you have to wonder, is she going to be able to do it here and get a clean victory over the Juggernaut, planting her off of the Jaded and into the cover. Jade Cargill looking for the victory, and she's done it. Jade Cargill, the Women's World Champion, finally getting a clean victory here on Monday Night Raw in the main event on the go-home show before SummerSlam. But Jordynne Grace will be facing off against Naomi as well at SummerSlam. But the question is, can Jade Cargill put to bed all of the doubt, all of the criticism, and still walk out as the Women's World Champion? Oh, hold on a second. What? That's Drew McIntyre with Kevin Owens laid out over his shoulders here to close out Monday Night Raw. What is happening? Drew McIntyre with Kevin Owens absolutely lifeless, and now Drew McIntyre with the disrespect, and he's continuing to beat down Kevin Owens here. These two at one point seemingly pretty much good friends in universe mode, but Drew McIntyre just absolutely brutally assaulting Kevin Owens right now. Kevin Owens is in quite the state, and Drew is heading into the ring now. What is this all about? Look at the state that Kevin Owens has been left in. Drew McIntyre grabbing a microphone though.
Take him away. Let that be clear. That's what happens when you get in my way. Braun Breaker, CM Punk, I hope you're watching. You want to talk about chaos? You want to talk about violence? You're looking at it. For years, people told me to be patient. Play the game. Wait my turn. Fuck that. I don't wait. I didn't climb back to the top of this mountain for redemption. I didn't do it for respect. And I sure as hell didn't do it for these people. I did it because the World Heavyweight Championship belongs to me. And if breaking Kevin Owens was the price to send that message, so be it. At SummerSlam, I don't care if you're the so-called future. I don't care if you're the self-proclaimed best in the world. I will maim. I will cripple. I will end anyone who stands between me and keeping this championship.
Well, Drew McIntyre making it clear that he's going to go to any lengths to keep the World Heavyweight Championship.